Sigh no more, lady, sigh no more. Men would deceive us ever. One foot at sea and one on shore. To one thing constant never. Then sigh not so, but let them go, and be you blithe and bonny, converting all your sounds of woe into hey, nonny, nonny.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Wheel of Shakespeare Challenge. It's been a couple weeks. I'm glad to be back with Sheila, Bill, and John, and maybe some other people will be coming in late. Gosh, I don't know what's happening here with the connection. We're here to perform impromptu performances of the works of Shakespeare chosen randomly by the Wheel of Shakespeare, seen here. The randomly determined order, I will be performing first today, and then Bill, and then Sheila, then John. Okay, so spin the wheel. Let's see what monologue it's going to give me. Hamlet's advice to the players. Okay. Okay. Speak the speech, I pray you, as I pronounced it to you, trippingly on the tongue. But if you mouth it, as many of your players do, I had as lief the town crier spoke my lines. Nor do not saw the air too much with your hand thus, but use all gently, for in the very torrent tempest, and as I may say, the whirlwind of passion, you must acquire and beget a temperance that may give it a smoothness. Oh, it offends me to the soul to hear a robustious periwig-plated fellow tear a passion to tatters, to very rags, to split the ears of the groundlings, who, for the most part, are capable of nothing but inexplicable dumbness and noise. I would have such a fellow whipped for overdoing Termagast. It out-Herods Herod. Pray you avoid it. Be not too tame neither, but let your own discretion be your tutor. Suit the action to the word to the action. With this special overstep not the modesty of nature. For anything so overdone is for the purpose of playing, whose in both at the first and now was and is to hold, as 'twere, the mirror up to nature, to show the virtue of her own feature, scorn her own image, and the very age and body of the time his form and pressure. Now, this overdone, or come tardy off, though it make the unskilful laugh, cannot but make the judicious grieve. The censure of which one must in your allowance overweigh a whole theatre of others. Oh, there be players that I have seen play, and heard others praise, and that highly, not to speak it profanely, that neither having the assent of Christians, nor the gait of Christian, pagan nor man, have so strutted and bellowed that I have thought some of nature's journeymen had made men and not made them well. They imitated humanity so abominably. Oh, reform it altogether, and let those that play your clowns speak no more than is set down for them. For there be of them that will themselves laugh to set on some quantity of barren spectators to laugh too. Though in the meantime some necessary question of the play be then to be considered that's villainous, and shows a most pitiful ambition in a fool that uses it. Go, make you ready. Okay, that's fun. All right, Bill, you're up. Bill is going to perform. Mary, God forbid, about Bolingbroke's usurpation. Richard II, Act 4, Scene 1.
Okay.
let me know when you're ready, and I'll take myself.
Getting closer.
Well, good. I see Henry just joined us. He will be up next. So
okay. All right.
All right. So whenever Bill's ready, he can...
Mary, God forbid, worst in this royal presence may I speak, yet best beseeming me to speak the truth. Would God that any in this noble presence were enough noble to be upright judge of noble Richard? Then true noblesse would learn him forbearance from so foul a wrong. What subject can give sentence on his king? And who sits here that is not Richard's subject? Thieves are not judged, but they are by to hear, although apparent guilt be seen in them. And shall the figure of God's majesty, his captain, his steward, deputy elect, anointed, crowned, planted many years, be judged by subject and inferior breath, and he himself not present? Oh, forfended God, that in a Christian climate souls refined should show so heinous, black, obscene a deed. I speak to subjects. Any subject speaks, stirred up by God, thus boldly for his king. My Lord of Hereford here, whom you call king, is a foul traitor to proud Hereford's king. And if you crown him, let me prophesy, the blood of English shall manure the ground, and future ages groan for this foul act. Peace shall go sleep with Turks and infidels, and in this seat of peace tumultuous wars shall kin with kin and kind with kind confound. Disorder, horror, fear, and mutiny shall here inhabit, and this land be called the field of Golgotha, and dead men's skulls. Oh, if you raise this house against this house, it will the woefulest division prove that ever fell upon this cursed earth. Prevent it, resist it, let it not be so, lest child's children cry against you woe. See.
Okay, very nice, Bill. Henry is now up, and then Sheila is on deck. Okay, Henry, you're going to be... Henry is going to do... Titania, use of the forgeries and jealousy. Midsummer Night's Dream, Act 2, Scene 1, approximately 81 lines in. So let me know when you found it, and I'll take myself out.
How does it start?
These are the forgeries of jealousy.
Okay, found it.
Okay, whenever you're ready.
These are the forgeries of jealousy. And never since the middle summer's spring met we on hill, in dale, forest, or mead, by paved fountain or by rushy brook, or in the beached margent of the sea, to dance our ringlets to the whistling wind, but with thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore the winds, piping to us in vain, as in revenge have sucked up from the sea contagious fogs, which falling in the land have every pelting river made so proud that they have overborne their continents. The ox hath therefore stretched his yoke in vain, the ploughman lost his sweat, and the green corn hath rotted ere his youth attained a beard. The fold stands empty in the drowned field, the crows are fatted with the murrian flock, and 9 men's morris is filled up with mud, and the quaint mazes in the wanton green, for lack of tread, are undistinguishable. The human mortals want their winter here. No night is now with hymn or carol blessed. Therefore the moon, the governess of floods, pale in her anger, washes all the air that rheumatic diseases do abound. And thorough this distemperature we see the season alter. Hoary-headed frosts far in the fresh lap of the crimson rose, and an old Hyam's thin and icy crown, an odorous chaplet of sweet summer buds is, as in mockery, set. The spring, the summer, the chiding autumn, angry winter change their wonted liveries, and the mazed world by their increase now knows not which is which. And this same progeny of evils comes from our debate, from our dissension. We are their parents and original. End of speech.
Okay, thank you, Henry. Shelia is up now, and then John, and then we'll spin for scene. All right, so Shelia's monologue is going to be... Lord Talbot. Now, Henry VI, Part 1, Act 4, Scene 7, begins, Thou Antic Death. So let me know when you found it and ready to go.
Oh my goodness, yes. I'm ready.
Okay, whenever you're ready.
Thou antic death, which laugh'st us here to scorn, anon from thy insulting tyranny, coupled in bonds of perpetuity, two Talbots, winged through the lither sky, in thy despite shall scape mortality. Oh, thou whose wounds become hard-favored death, speak to thy father ere thou yield thy breath. Brave death by speaking, whether he will or no. Imagine him a Frenchman and thy foe. Poor boy, he smiles, methinks, as who should say, had death been French, then death hath died today. Come and lay him in his father's arms. My spirit can no longer bear these harms. Soldiers, adieu. I have what I would have. Now my old arms are young Talbot's grave. Scene.
Okay, thank you, Shelia. Good job. Okay, lastly, we have John. And he's going to do... Duke Senior, and with the mates in exile.
2, 1, let's see. As you like.
I believe it's the very beginning of the scene.
Okay.
Let me know when you found it.
Okay.
Okay, you found it?
Almost.
Oh, okay.
Now, my co-mates and brothers in exile, Hath not old custom made this life more sweet than that of a painted pomp? Are not these woods more free from peril than the envious court? Here feel we not the penalty of Adam, the season's difference, as the icy fang and churlish chiding of the winter's wind, which in it bites and blows upon the body, even till I shrink with cold. I smile and say, there is no flattery. These are counselors that feelingly persuade me what I am. Sweet are the uses of adversity, which, like the toad, ugly and venomous, wears yet a precious jewel in his head. And this our life, exempt from public haunt, finds tongues in trees, books in the running brooks, sermons in stones, and good in everything. I would not change it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, John. All right, let's see what scenes the wheel is going to give the five of us. What roles are we going to get? First off, we have Hamlet and Gertrude. That's three, scene 4. Winter's Tale, Leontes, and Camillo. All right, so the five choices will be Hamlet. I don't know what's wrong with it's my internet connection. I'm using my brand new laptop because I thought, and it's interesting because it looks like I'm in terms of how fast some of the other some things that I need to do, going a lot faster. But this idea of the lagging, it's got to be my internet. I'm gonna have to talk to my internet provider, my Wi-Fi provider. I don't know why it keeps doing that. So I don't know how much people caught before I froze again. But again, the 5 roles are Hamlet, Gertrude, Leontes, Camillo, or doing a second monologue. I'm going to take Leontes. Bill, what would you like?
Hamlet, please.
Bill?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. You froze, but...
Oh, I said Hamlet, please.
Okay, so Bill's going to take Hamlet. Henry, we have Gertrude, Camillo, or another monologue.
I don't know. Gertrude, I guess.
Okay, so Henry will take Gertrude. Sheila, do you want to be Camillo to my Leontes or do another monologue?
I would love to be Camillo.
Okay, so that leaves John to do an additional monologue. So to wrap up our round for today, myself and Bill and Henry are going to be Hamlet and Gertrude. Then myself and Sheila are going to be Leontes and Camillo, and then John is going to do another monologue, as yet to be chosen by the wheel of Shakespeare. So let's see, Bill and Henry. Bill, here's our Bill. Here's our Hamlet, and then here's our Gertrude. Let me create the banner for that. Whenever you two are ready, go for it.
I assume we start with now, Mother, what's the matter?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Mother, what's the matter?
Hamlet, thou hast thy father much offended.
Mother, you have my father much offended.
Come, you answer with an idle tongue.
Go, you question with a wicked tongue.
Why, how now, Hamlet?
What's the matter now?
Have you forgot me?
No, by the rood, not so. You are the queen, your husband's brother's wife, and would it were not so, You are my mother.
Nay, then I'll set those to you that can speak.
Come, and sit you down. You shall not budge. You go not till I set you up a glass where you may see the inmost part of you.
What wilt thou do? What wilt not murder me? Help! Help! Help!
How now, a rat? Dead for a ducat. Dead.
Oh, me, what hast thou done?
Yea, I know not. Is it the king?
Oh, what a rash and bloody deed is this!
A bloody deed almost as bad, good mother, as kill a king and marry with his brother.
As kill a king?
Aye, lady, 'twas my word. Thou wretched, rash, intruding fool, farewell. I took thee for thy better. Take thy fortune. Thou find'st to be too busy is some danger. Leave wringing of your hands. Peace, sit you down, and let me wring your heart, so I shall, if it be made of penetrable stuff. If damned custom have not brassed it so, that is proof and bulwark against sense.
What have I done that thou darest wag thy tongue in noise so rude against me?
Such an act that blurs the grace and blush of modesty, calls virtue hypocrite, takes off the rose from the fair forehead of an innocent love and sets a blister there, makes marriage vows as false as dicer's oaths. Oh, such a deed as from the body of contraction plucks the very soul, and sweet religion makes a rhapsody of words. Heaven's faith doth glow. Yea, this solidity and compound mass with crystal visage as against the doom is thought sick at the act.
Ah, me, what act that roars so loud and thunders in the index?
Look here, upon this picture, and on this, the counterfeit presentment of two brothers. See what a grace was seated on this brow, Hyperion's curls, the front of Jove himself, an eye like Mars to threaten and command, a station like the herald Mercury new lighted on a heaven-kissing hill, a combination in form indeed where every god did seem to set his seal to give the world assurance of a man. This was your husband. Look you now what follows. Here is your husband like a mildewed ear, blasting his wholesome brother. Have you eyes? Could you on this fair mountain leave to feed and batten on this moor? Ha, have you eyes? You cannot call it love, for at your age the heyday in the blood is tame. It's tumble and waits upon the judgment. And what judgment would step from this to this? Sense, sure, you have. Else, could you not have motion? But sure, that sense is apoplexed, for madness would not err, nor sensed ecstasy was ne'er so thralled, but it reserved some quantity of choice to serve in such a difference. What devil was that thus hath cozened you at hoodman blind, eyes without feeling, feeling without sight, ears without hands or eyes, smelling sans all, or but a sickly part of one true sense could not so mope. Oh, shame, where is thy blush? Rebellious hell, if thou canst mutine in a matron's bones, to flaming youth let virtue be as wax, and melt in her own fire, proclaim no shame, when the compulsive ardor gives the charge, since frost itself as actively doth burn, and reason pander to will.
Oh, Hamlet, speak no more. Thou turn'st mine eyes into my very soul, and there I see such black and grained spots as will not leave their tinct.
Nay, but to live in the rank sweat of an enseamed bed, stewed in corruption, honeying and making love over the nasty sty.
Oh, speak no more. These words like daggers enter in mine ears. No more, sweet Hamlet.
A murderer and a villain, a slave that is not 20th part the tithe of your precedent lord, a vice of kings, a cut purse of the empire, and the rule that from a shelf the precious diadem stole and put it in his pocket.
No more.
A king of shreds and patches. Save me, and hover o'er me with your wings, you heavenly guards. What would your gracious figure?
Alas, he's mad.
Do you not come to your tardy son to chide that lapsed in time and passion lets go by the important acting of your dread command? Oh, say!
Should we stop there or?
How is it with you, lady?
Hmm?
How is it with you, lady?
Oh, alas, how is it with you that you do bend your eye on vacancy, and with the incorporeal air do hold discourse? Forth at your eyes your spirit proudly peep, and as the sleeping soldiers in the alarm your bedded airs, like life in excrement, start up and stand on end. Oh, gentle sun, upon the heat and flame of thy distemper, sprinkle cool patience, whereon do you look?
On him! On him! Look you, how pale he glares! His form and cause conjoined, preaching to stones would make them capable. Do not look on me, lest with this piteous action you convert my stern effects. Then what I have to do will want true color, tears, perchance, for blood.
To whom do you speak this?
Do you see nothing there?
Nothing at all. Yet all that is I see.
Nor did you nothing hear?
No, nothing but ourselves.
Why, look you there. Look how he steals away. My father, in his habit as he lived. Look where he goes. Even now, out at the portal.
This is the very coinage of your brain. This bodiless create and ecstasy is very cunning in.
Ecstasy. My pulse as yours doth temperately keep time and makes as healthy music. It is not madness that I have uttered. Bring me to the test, and I the matter will reword, which madness would gamble from. Mother, for love of grace, lay not that mattering unction to your soul that not your trespass, but my madness speaks. It will but skin and film the ulcerous place, whilst rank corruption mining all within infects unseen. Confess yourself to heaven. Repent what's past. Avoid what is to come. And do not spread the compost on the weeds to make them rancor. Forgive me this, my virtue, for in this fatness of these pursy times, virtue itself of vice must pardon and beg, yea, curb and woo for leave to do good.
Oh, Hamlet, thou hast cleft my heart in twain.
I'll throw away the worser part of it and live the purer with the other half. Good night. But do not go to mine uncle's bed. Assume a virtue if you have it not. That monster custom who all sense doth eat, of habits devil, is angel yet in this, that to the use of actions fair and good he likewise gives a frock or livery that aptly is put on. Refrain tonight, and that shall lend a kind of easiness to the next abstinence. The next more easy, for use almost can change the stamp of nature, and either the devil or throw him out with wondrous potency. Once more, good night. And when you are desirous to be blessed, I'll blessing beg of you. For this same Lord I do repent, but heaven hath pleased it so to punish me with this, and this with me, that I must be their scourge and minister. I will bestow him and will answer well the death I gave him. So again, good night. I must be cruel only to be kind. Thus bad begins and worth remains behind. One word more, good lady.
What shall I do?
Not this by no means that I bid you do. Let the blue king tempt you again to bed, pinch wanton on your cheek, call you his mouse, and let him for a pair of reachy kisses or paddling in your neck with his damned fingers, make you ravel all this matter out that I essentially am not in madness, but mad in craft. For good you let him know. For who, that's but a queen, fair, sober, wise, would from a paddock, from a bat, a jib, such dear concernings hide? Who would do so? No, in despite of sense and secrecy, unpeg the basket of on the house top, let the birds fly and let the famous ape to try conclusions in the basket creep and break your own neck down.
These hours short, if words are made of breath and breath of life, I have no life to breathe what thou hast said to me.
I must to England. You know that?
I had forgot. 'Tis so concluded on.
There's letters sealed, and my two schoolfellows, whom I will trust as I will adders fanged, they bear the mandate. They must sweep my way and marshal me to knavery. Let it work, for 'tis the sport to have the engineer hoist with his own petard, and shall go hard, but I will delve 1 yard below their minds and blow them at the moon. Oh, 'tis most sweet when in one line two crafts directly meet. This man shall set me packing. I'll lug the guts into the neighbor room. Mother, good night. Indeed, this counselor is most still, most secret, and most grave, who was in life a foolish, prating knave. Come, sir, to draw you toward an end with you. Good night, mother.
Okay, good job, you guys. I realized the last time we spun that scene was a couple years ago. I remember myself and Sheila did it. It was a lot of fun, and I agreed in advance. I should have clarified that there was confusion from both of you. I should have clarified that when we spin that scene, the idea is when there are the lines of the ghost that we were just going to skip, just plow on, continue, and have Hamlet go on talking as if the ghost was there. It'll be an interesting way to let the people viewing, they'll see what Gertrude sees. They'll see Hamlet just being a lunatic talking to something that isn't there. But yeah, I should have reminded people of that when that was spun again. Anyway, so myself and Sheila are now going to do the Leontes and Camillo scene, and then we'll spin for another monologue for John. Are you ready to go, Sheila?
Yes, I am.
God, whatever's wrong with this connection. Okay, you ready to go?
Yes.
Okay, that's some comfort. What, Camillo there?
Aye, my good lord.
Go play, Mamilius. Thou art an honest man. Camillo, this great sir will yet stay longer.
You had much ado to make his anchor hold. When you cast out, it still came home.
Didst note it?
He would not stay at your petitions, made his business more material.
Didst perceive it? They're here with me already. Whispering, rounding, Cecilia, so forth. 'Tis far gone, when I shall gust at last. How came Camillo that he did stay?
At the good queen's entreaty.
At the queen's bed. Good, should be pertinent, but so it is not. Was this taken by any understanding pate but thine? For thy conceit of soaking will draw in more than the common blocks, not noticed, but of the finer natures? By some severals of head peace extraordinary, lower messes, perchance, are to this business purblind? Say!
Business, my lord. I think most understand Bohemia stays here longer.
Ha!
stays here longer.
Aye, but why?
To satisfy your highness and the entreaties of our most gracious mistress.
Satisfy! The entreaties of your mistress, satisfy! Let that suffice. I have trusted thee, Camillo, with all the nearest things to my heart, as well my chamber counsels, wherein priest-like thou hast cleansed my bosom. I from thee departed thy penitent reformed, but we have been deceived in thy integrity, deceived in that which seems so.
Be it forbid, my lord.
Abide apart, thou art not honest, or if thou inclinest that way, thou art a coward, which boxes honesty behind, restraining from course required, or else thou must be counted a servant grafted to my serious trust, and therein negligent. Or else a fool that seest a game played home, the rich stake drawn, and takest all for jest.
My gracious lord, I may be negligent, foolish, and fearful in every one of these. No man is free, but that his negligence, his folly, fear, among the infinite doings of the world sometimes puts forth. In your affairs, my lord, if ever I were willful negligent, it were my folly. If industriously I played the fool, it was my negligence, not weighing well the end. If ever fearful to do a thing where I the issue doubted, whereof the execution did cry out against the non-performance, 'twas a fear which oft infects the wisest. These, my lord, are such allowed infirmities that honesty is never free of. But beseech your grace, be plainer with me. Let me know my trespass by its own visage. If I then deny it, 'tis none of mine.
Had not you seen, Camillo, but that's past doubt? You have, or your eyeglasses thicker than a cuckold's horn, or heard, for to a vision so apparent rumor cannot be mute, or thought, for cogitation resides not in that man that does not think. My wife is slippery? If thou wilt confess, or else be imprudently negative, to have nor eyes, nor ears, nor thought, then say, my wife's a hobby horse, deserves a name as rank as any flax wench that puts before her troth, plight, say it and justify it.
I would not be a stander by to hear my sovereign mistress clouded so without my present vengeance taken. Through my heart, you never spoke what did become you less than this, which, to reiterate, were sin as deep as that, though true.
He's whispering nothing. He's leaning cheek to cheek. He's meeting noses, kissing with inside lip, stopping the career of laughing with a sigh, a note infallible of breaking honesty, horsing foot on foot, skulking in corners, whistling clocks more swift, hours, minutes, noon, midnight, and all eyes blind with a pin and web theirs only, that would unseen be wicked. Is this nothing? Why then the world and all that's in it is nothing. The covering sky is nothing. Bohemia is nothing. My wife is nothing. Nor nothing have these nothings, if this be nothing.
My lord, good my lord, be cured of this diseased opinion, and betimes, which is most dangerous.
Say it be. 'Tis true.
No, my lord.
It is. You lie. You lie. I say thou liest, Camillo, and I hate thee. Pronounce thee a gross slout, a mindless slave, or else a hovering temporizer, that canst with thine eyes at once see good and evil, inclining to them both. Were my wife's liver infected as her life, she would not live the running of one glass.
Who does infect her?
Why, he that wears her like a medal, hanging about his neck, Bohemia! Who, if I had servants true about me, that bear eyes to see alike mine honor as their profits, their own particular thrifts, they would do that, which should undo more doing. High, and thou his cupbearer, whom I, from meaner form, have benched and reared to worship, who mayest see, plainly as heaven sees earth, and earth sees heaven, how I am galled, mightst bespice a cup, to give mine enemy a lasting wink. What draught to me were cordial?
Sir, my lord, I could do this, and that with no rash potion, but with a lingering dram that should not work maliciously like poison. But I cannot believe this crack to be in my dread mistress, so sovereignly being honorable. I have loved thee.
Make that thy question and go rot. Dost think I am so muddy, so unsettled to appoint myself in this vexation, solely the purity and whiteness of my sheets, which to preserve its sleep, which being spotted as goods, thorns, nettles, tails of wasps, given scandal to the blood of the prince as my son? Who I do think is mine, and love is mine, without right moving to it? Would I do this? Could man so blench?
I must believe you, sir. I do, and will fetch off Bohemia for it, provided that when he is removed, your highness will take again your queen as yours at first, even for your son's sake, and thereby foresealing the injury of tongues in courts and kingdoms known and allied to yours.
Thou dost advise me, even so as I mine own course have set down. I'll give no blemish to her honor. None.
My lord, go then, and with a countenance as clear as friendship wears at feasts, keep with Bohemia and with your queen. I am his cupbearer. If from me he have wholesome beverage, account me not your servant.
This is all. Do it. And thou hast the one half of my heart. Do it not, thou splitst thine own.
I'll do it, my lord.
I will seem friendly, as thou hast advised me.
Oh, miserable lady. But for me, what case stand I in? I must be the poisoner of good Polixenes, and my grounds to do it is the obedience to a master, one who in rebellion with himself will have all that are his. So too, to do this deed, promotion follows. If I could find example of thousands that had struck anointed kings and flourished after, I'd not do it. But since nor brass, nor stone, nor parchment bears not one, let villainy itself forswear it. I must forsake the court. To do it or no is certain to me a breakneck. Oh, happy star reign now. Here comes Bohemia. Scene.
Okay, that was great. Love that one. Okay, so good job with first monologue and scenes. We will wrap up with we had an odd number of players and an even number of parts for the scenes. So our last performance is an additional monologue. What is the wheel going to give him? It is going to give him Benedict. I do much wonder. This is the very Act 2, Scene 3.
Okay, much to do about nothing. Okay.
What you do, Act 2, Scene 3. After that, there's a short bit with the boy, and then he goes off. But then, other than that, it's the start of the scene. Let me know when you're ready, and I'll take myself out.
Okay. Oh God, I forgot. What was it again?
Act
3.
Act 2, Scene 3.
Oh, okay, Act 2, Scene 3. I do much wonder.
Yeah, starting with out. So whenever you're ready, go.
Oh, okay, thank you. And by the way, you guys were really great, all of you, taking my breath away. I do much wonder that one man, seeing how much another man is a fool when he dedicates his behavior to love, will, after he hath laughed at such shallow follies and others, become the argument of his own scorn by falling in love. And such a man is Claudio. I have known when there was no music with him, but the drum and the fife, and now, had he rather hear the tabor and the pipe? I have known when he would have walked 10 mile afoot to see a good armor, and now will he lie 10 nights awake carving the fashion of a new doublet? He was wont to speak plain and to the purpose, like an honest man and a soldier, and now he is turned orthography. His words are very fantastical banquet, just so many strange dishes. May I be so converted with and see with these eyes? I cannot tell. I think not. I will not be sworn, but love may transform me to an oyster. But I'll take my oath on it. Till he have made an oyster of me, he shall never make such a fool. One woman is fair, yet I am well. Another is wise, yet I am well. Another virtuous, yet I am well. But still all graces be in one woman. One woman shall not come in my grace. Rich she shall be, that's certain. Wise, or I'll none. Virtuous, or I'll never cheapen her. Fair, or I'll never look on her. Mild, or come not near me. Noble, or not I for an angel. Of good discourse, an excellent musician, and her hair shall be of what color it please God. The prince and Monsieur Love. Oh, I will hide me in the arbor. Thank you.
Okay, great job, John. Good job, everybody, today. We had a nice round, good monologues, good scenes. Look forward to doing it again the next time in 2 weeks. We'll see you in 2 weeks' time here on this channel for the Wheel of Shakespeare Challenge. See you guys then. Looking forward to it. Bye now.